All right, it is exactly 1:30 right here in the US, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 6:30 UK time and 7:30 Nigeria time. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday to you all, and thanks for streaming with us today on Healthy Living with Bofa. I'm your host, Betsy Olayinka Folari Akinlosotu, aka Bofa, bringing to you live every Sunday information on health and wellness, and of course, nutrition. Today, we have on interview segment an ambitious and industrious Nigerian young man who is so passionate with farming and decided to follow his heart and start what we call Heliculture, which we all know as snail farming in Osun State, Nigeria. Wow. When I hear the name, that word, Nigeria, it's so heavy in my mouth. It makes my heart feel like I'm from a country rich and blessed with many natural resources. And this is one of the reasons we are on Healthy Living with Bofa today. Please relax and let's get started. Right now is our health corner. Before that, let's take a commercial break. And after that is our health corner, bringing you information on health related condition. Thanks for watching Healthy Living with Bofa.
Unhealthy eating habits have contributed to a lot of health problems epidemic today. Health problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, arthritis, cancer, health disease, and so on. The good news is, if you can control what goes into your mouth and your body, you will live your best. For what you put into your mouth determines how well or sick you live. You and I know that poor diet is associated with major health risks that causes illness and even death. So, by making smart food choices today can help you protect yourself from all these health problems. Our integrative nutrition health specialist, Miss Betty Olayinka Folari Akinlosotu, aka Bofa, wants to see you living your best without any health issues. She made this known in her program showing every Sunday on Healthy Living with Bofa TV. She tells us how our food choice affects our health and how we feel today, tomorrow, and in the future. If you are opting for optimal health, from fighting free radicals to living your way into a healthy and beautiful body, here are some things you must do. Eat a nutritious, healthy, balanced diet every day. Practice your daily exercise and take your supplements, especially vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and chlorophyll to boost your immune system against free radicals that cause cancer and other diseases. Join us on this program every Sunday, 1:30 p.m. US time, 7:30 p.m. African time, and 6:30 p.m. United Kingdom time, where she educates on health and nutrition, as well as features professionals from various fields to sensitize you on wellness. See you there.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Living Healthy with Bofa channel. Last 2 weeks, we discussed fibrosis versus fibroids. Specifically, we prioritized fibrosis. And let's jump into the smackdown of fibrosis versus fibroids and now discuss fibroids. Understanding fibroids. Uterine fibroids are non-cancerous growths of the uterus that often appear during childbearing years. Also called myomas or myomas, uterine fibroids aren't associated with an increased risk of uterine cancer and almost never develop into cancer. Types of fibroids. There are 3 main types of uterine fibroids. First is endotrauma fibroids. This develops the muscle wall of the uterus and are the most commonly occurring type of fibroids. Second is the subseral fibrosis. These develop on the outer wall of the uterus, expanding into the pelvic region and can grow really large. Third is the submucosal fibroid. These develop in the muscle layer underneath the inner lining of the uterus, and also they grow. They expand into uterine cavity. They can cause infertility if allowed to grow unchecked. Causes of fibroid. According to the medical research, the study shows that two hormones, estrogen and progesterone, that stimulate development of the uterine lining during each menstrual cycle in preparation for pregnancy, appear to promote the growth of fibroids. Fibroids contain more estrogen and progesterone receptors than normal uterine muscle cells do. Other causes. First, we have hormonal variation. Then we have pregnancy. Pregnancy increases the production of estrogen and progesterone in your body. Also, family history. Fibrosis may run in the family, so make sure you check out your genetics or your genes. Obesity, hypertension, use of birth control, which is very common these days. Early onset of menstrual cycle, vitamin D deficiency, make sure you get your vitamin D, it is vital. And lastly, use of birth control. Like we said earlier, for example, it can promote infections or complication arising from IUDs, which is also known as intrauterine device. Symptoms of fibroids. In women who have this symptom, this most common sign and symptoms of uterine fibroids include: firstly, heavy menstrual bleeding. Secondly, menstrual cycle imbalances, periods lasting more than a week. Thirdly, pelvic pressure or pain. Fourthly, frequent urination. Fifthly, difficulty emptying the bladder. Sixthly, constipation. Seventhly, backache or leg pains. Treatments for fibroids. A mammectomy is an operation that can remove fibroids while preserving the uterus. For women who have fibroid symptoms or want to have children in the future, mammectomy is the best treatment option. Mammectomy is very effective, but fibroids can regrow. Preventing uterine fibroids. So first, exercise regularly. Abdominal exercise for burning belly fat. I know I can use that. Next, plant-based diet. A plant-based diet with organic dairy and lean meats can reduce your risk. Remember, you are what you eat. And hysterectomy. If the doctor recommends that the problem is severe enough that removing your uterus is a reasonable option, it will eliminate the possibility of future fibroids. Natural home remedies to shrink and get rid of uterine fibroids. Number 1, raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar and blackstrap molasses. 2, castor oil packs. I use a lot of those. 3, iodine. 4, vitamin D. Like I said earlier, it is very important. 5, herbal supplements, monk's pepper. 6, diet. Now let's look at our key takeaways. Number 1, a fibroid is a lump or growth in the uterus that is not cancerous. Number 2, fibroids can grow, develop anywhere inside or outside or even on the surface of your uterus. Third, reports suggest that as many as 30 to 77% of all women develop these during the childbearing years. 4, about 30% of women older than 30 have fibroids. They usually appear between the ages of 35 and 45. 5, uterine fibroids can grow slowly over many years, or they can grow quickly. It is up to your body. And 6, remember, you are what you eat, and you have to be aware of what's going on with your body. Make sure you get checked out if any changes occur in your body. This is why it's vital to pay attention to it and how it reacts to certain things. That's all I have for you this week. See you next week on Living Healthy with Bofa channel. I'm your host signing off. Remember, I love you, God loves you, and love yourself.
Welcome back to interview with expert segment. I'm sure you cannot wait to see who we have on the program today. Wow, our guest is right on time. Before I introduce our guest to you, so far, have discussed 7 out of 8 dimensions of wellness. So far, have done that. This relates to our career and whatever you do as job in life. On this program, I've talked about 7 dimensions of wellness. Last week, I mentioned intellectual wellness and how it helps us discover our own potentials for sharing our talents and perspective with others. And we had on the program last week a guest from movie industry. Today, I will be discussing on occupational wellness, which linked us to our guest on the program today. What is occupational wellness? Occupational wellness allows us to explore and determine activities that align with our purpose and meaning that mirrors personal goals, belief system, lifestyles, and values. And this includes being self-aware of balancing your work requirements with personal time, building relationships with colleagues, exploring various career options, and engaging in ongoing training opportunities. I'm trying to mute our guests because we have a little bit interruption from him. Sorry about that. Like I was saying, I'm still on occupational wellness. Today, our guest on the interview with experts today doesn't only explore activities that align with its purpose and meaning that mirrors his personal goals and value. He also builds relationships with others, explore various career options, and engage others in training opportunities from his business. I present to you today an amazing young Nigerian skilled animal health technologist from Osun State, Nigeria, Mr. Olufemi Oludare. Mr. Olufemi Oludare studied animal health from Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology, More Plantation, Ibadan. After this feat, he proceeded by taking professional training in aquaculture and at National Institute for Fresh Water and Fishery Research. Mr. Femi currently serves as one of the technologists in a Federal Polytechnic Biochemistry Department, Osun State. Mr. Femi is the CEO of Justsnails and the Chairman Board of Directors, Settled Snail Farm. He is also the convener, Agrovest, a platform that trains young farmers on several potential opportunities in agriculture. Mr. Femi is the co-founder of several verified vendors Connect in Nigeria. He has served in several capacities as a brand strategist for several brands. Presently, Mr. Femi Oludare practices Heliculture, also known as snail farming, and he is one of the leading snail breeders in Nigeria today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Femi Oludare on Healthy Living with Bofa TV. Mr. Femi, you're welcome on the program. Thanks for joining us on the program today. How are you?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here today. Okay, thank you so much. I'm pleased. Thank you so much. I'm pleased. Thanks for having me on the platform here tonight.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, I'm looking at this young, handsome face. You look so amazing and nice. What is the secret? Is it the snail? You've been eating snail all through.
Well, maybe, but I think the secret is rest of
I must
mind.
tell you, let me tell you this. I must tell you, you're an amazing inspiration to youth over there, out there. Yes, you are. And I want to appreciate you for that. I also want to appreciate you for the honor and the respect you gave us on this platform, on this program. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm honored. Thank you.
So on the program today, we have for you some questions and things we don't have clue about in this your line of business. I mean, snail farming. We have question on career, training, like I call it, empowerment, and of course, on health and wellness. But let's start with career. Mr. Femi, we want you to know, and we also want to know how the journey started. Tell us briefly how the journey of your snail farming started. We want to know the motivation, the challenges, the advantages behind this business. Tell us.
Okay, well, I want to say that I appreciate for giving me the platform this time. It's something I really look forward to have this opportunity to go. And thank you so much. I appreciate the team.
I'm sorry, your line is not that clear. You want to see maybe what you put in your ears, your head pod. Okay, go ahead. Let's see what that is.
Okay, now I want to appreciate this platform once again for giving me the privilege and the opportunity to be here online. It's something I will really watch forward to for here now. It's a good job out there. I started this thing back then in 2008 with my dad, with my parents, while I was on campus, and we failed woefully because we're not equipped with the requisite knowledge. So after and trying several other things again, I took my time to withdraw and study more on it. And in 2015, I got myself involved into it again. And since then, it's been a great decision for me all the way. And I kept on doing it, I'm still doing it. And I love what I'm doing because I have passion for it.
Wow, great. Viewers, and I'm not sure if I'm the one that is not getting it right. The voice is like echoing from his side. If you can hear him, please send me a message, drop me a comment on our YouTube box there, comment box. Let's know if you can hear our guests properly, because we really want to enjoy our guests today. It's an interesting, topic we are treating today, and which will benefit most of our youth on the program today. So please drop me a message if our guest is clear from his end. Thank you so much. Moving on, Mr. Femi, people say there must be something that got one attracted to something we do in life, like yours, Femi. I've seen many people that said to my, to my face, like, oh, I can't do farming. It's a dirty business. It's something that's local. Illiterate people, not do. And I look at them, I'm like, if that is true, so how come you go to the market and buy such food you condemn? That the people that produce this, they are local, they are illiterate, they are not educated. Now, I see many young people young boys, young, female and males doing farming right now in Nigeria precisely, and even in the world, in other parts of African country. I look at them on social media, and you are one of them. And we've seen about 2 youth that have invested in agriculture on our program as our guests. Now, tell us, what attracted you to begin this type of farming? I mean, you did not choose other farming such as crop, fishery, and other farmings, but you choose heliculture, which we call snail farming. What attracted you to this type of career in life?
Okay, thank you. First of all, I always have this principle that I've always imbibed with for a while, which is I will never feature in an adventure that I won't be able to feature in the future. Well, it will look like a rhyme, but it's not. It's what I've always held on to as my core value. So I believe that anything I'm doing, I always want to take a deliberate step in doing it, and I want to have a strong reason for doing it. So what led me into this business of heliculture? Earlier on, I said this, that I've tried several other businesses, like, okay, I've done fishery, I've done all that. So what got me into heliculture? One, nutrition. I guess I saw that a lot of people don't have interest in it, and a lot of people don't want to eat it. A lot of people even believe that they are quite slow, it's not lucrative. They want fast money like fisheries, that you just invest in it 4 months to cash out. And while you have to wait for a long period of time, they are just slow. And I discovered one thing, that whatever you think a lot of people are not looking into, look into it and stand in it and be the best in it. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I love it so much, because I'm so pleased doing it. I'm so happy doing it. And another thing is that I'm fulfilling purpose, and I feel so fulfilled doing it. Why? Because I'm meeting up the people which deals with nutrition, malnutrition, poor nutrition system. And when a lot of our people believe that they want to feed on hide and skin and some other things that are cheaper, which are not nutritious because of the economy and society. So I'm thinking, if we can have table or snails on the table of the common man, we've been able to solve a problem of nutrition, which would be a fulfillment to my own agenda and purpose in life. That's just why I'm here.
Wow. That turns my spirit on. Hearing you saying that the only few things that got you into this business is because of nutrition and malnutrition that is going on in Nigeria. Wow, that's so interesting. Thank you for choosing to be a farmer. You deserve an accolade, because you produce food for us to eat, and I must appreciate you for that. Now, I see this type of farming business to be a very high cost effective business, very expensive. Now, how profitable is this particular business, and how you let me put it this way: if a business requires, need a lot of capital to start with, or you want to tell us that we don't need much capital to start it? Because if you don't need much capital to start farming, snail farming, why is snail so expensive in the market? That is one. So if you now decided to do this type of farming, that means it must be profitable amongst other farming businesses, that we have. So tell us how profitable this snail farming is, and who are your targets?
Okay. At first, when I started, back then in 2015, my goal was just to reach a particular class of people that consumes it, that knows the value. So I felt that I was going after the money and not the purpose while the initiative, the concept came in that, okay, let me develop an heliculture farm, not only to meet for the consumable needs of the people, but to also grow an opportunity for people in intellect capacity to be open up to business. So until then, I now went in to begin to reach out to sensitize people and train people about it. Now, this is it. It's quite lucrative than any other small ruminants or other agricultural businesses I can list. Less stressful, quite lucrative. It's even fun for me. I take snails as my pet now. So I've been able to make a lot of research and discover a lot of things. But the truth is, many people ask several things concerning snail breeding. Some people believe, like our traditional means, they believe that once you are eating snail and you begin to dream of picking snail, technically you will slow down. You won't progress, which is not. So everybody has a lot of view. But I tell you, it's quite nutritious, healthy, it's not because of it's healthy, it's nutritious, you invest in it, you cash out big, you can see me, and it has several values, which I think I would like to talk about it. It has several nutritional values. So
yeah, we're going to talk about. Sorry to cut it off. We're going to talk about it in health nutrition section when we get there. Let's talk about the government, either the local, the state, and the federal support at this time. Now, for a young man like you who show interest in investing in a business like this, there must be a financial assistance, support, either from individual or government, because snail, again, is very expensive. When I get to the terminal market, African big farm market we have in the US. And when I get to that section, I carry it like this. It's packed in a bowl. And when I carry it and look at the price, I will quickly calculate naira. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm eating dollar. I'm eating money. So it's very expensive. And for you to, the reason why many people don't eat it, except if they have party, and for you to see anyone doing party and serve snail, that person must be a very rich person to serve snail at the party. So because of the huge capital that requires this business to function, to exist, how is the government, or is there any way you are getting support from both individual, could be company, it could be, we have a lot of people that support youth like you. So is there any financial support from anyone, especially from the local, state, federal government for small business like you?
Okay, let me be sincere with you. From inception, I've never received a support from anybody. Not one. Not one.
Wow.
And I keep on doing it, and I keep on sponsoring people, like giving out to the community.
Wow.
Because I know that every day is not a payday, but definitely every day is a payday. Mm-hmm. I know that it's happening in some states already. There are a lot of investors begins to look into it now, that okay, want to go into agriculture in large capacity. There are a lot of investors that begin to look in some other states. But where I am now in Osun State, Nigeria, we have zero investors. Wow. I think we are only the farmers. We have just few people connecting with us, and we keep on doing it. But we have not found out the secret that it's quite lucrative. Wow. And that's why it's still expensive. And I can tell you, like for me now, as a farmer of a brand, Justsnails, our target for 2021 is to have about 2.5 million snails in the market there.
Mm.
And we are working towards that daily by constructing and setting up and doing everything daily. That's what we're working on, setting up, making things happen.
Mhm.
But I must be sincere to you that as I'm talking to you right now, we have a huge market, international market, export. Okay, tomorrow, Monday, by God's grace, I'm exporting. We have huge markets, but we have huge demand, but we have less production capacity.
Wow.
We have less production capacity. We have less. It's quite scarce. Like as it is right now, as I'm talking to you, because of the season we are now, breeding is difficult. Breeding is not easy. But there's a huge demand out there.
Wow.
That's
Now, let me jump right in when you just mentioned breeding is very difficult. Can you tell us how do you breed this type of animal? Do you go to the farm? Because I remember when I was in Nigeria, I used to follow my father to the farm where we are in the village, and you see, I see snail, either on the ground, on the soil, or on the tree. Do you go to the farm and get them, or you have to? I don't know. I just want to learn, because that's going to take us to the training section that we're about to go right now. Because I want to know, to be a successful business person in this business. And I saw all the things. I saw your farm. I saw so many things you have done. You're not only breeding, you are also selling, making it edible for people. Am I right? People can still come to you and buy it and eat right there. Now, tell me, if I want to invest into this type of business, right? Senator Judy advised me and said, Betty, come home and invest in agriculture when we had them on the program. So, and I also have a good friend of mine, he's also a farmer, is on the program with us. He has been on our program, Engineer Bosoye. These are the people that are encouraging me on this agriculture. Now, if I want to come home, I want to invest in snail farming, how will you tell me that, okay, this business is a good business, you will be successful in it? Tell me briefly how.
Number one, first, you need to have a consultant.
A what?
You
are breaking up. I'm not sure. I want our guests to get that word.
Okay. The one thing first is that you need a consultant.
Consultant?
You need to put yes.
Okay.
You need to put yourself through a training to get yourself equipped with the requisite knowledge about it. It's easy, but it's very technical. If you do not pass through the techniques, if you just do it like how a layman would do it, your fingers will burn.
Wow.
So one thing first is that you need a consultant. Once you make a little mistake, it may take time before you recover. And snails and animals are not like human, that when they are sick, they won't disclose to you that, Mama, I'm sick. Give me injection.
That's true.
So first thing first, you need to first unlearn the old techniques you have then, that, okay, we just have to pick snails from bush, give them, we put them inside the tire, a black tire. No, that's not how to raise snails in a commercial way. It first starts with one layout, set up, biosecurity, the measures you need to put in place when you are setting up what you need to do to avoid and prevent infection and influx of diseases and the farm. That's biosecurity. After the construction, after the you can go into our Instagram and check, and you can sign up for it. It's not easy, but it's very, very technical. So after then you need to learn on, okay, the management practice. So once you get the management practice right, you get the setup right, you get the security right, I'm telling you, you're good to go. It's money. People will think you are into ritual.
Wow. Wow.
But
Wow.
when you're
So I
harvesting,
should be prepared to come home and invest in this kind of business. Look, I want to be rich.
yes.
Okay, that is very interesting. There's one thing I still don't get. To breed the snail, do you have to buy fertilizer or get something and start breed? Did you go to the market and buy one snail and that starts multiplying, or how do you? That's the only, the statement I want to hear.
Okay. Now you want to know. Now, to breed snail, after you settle, after doing everything you ought to do, then you need to talk to your consultants to get you parent stock. The parent stock happens to be the point of lay breeder. The parent stock are not the snails that move around, waka waka snails in the bush. The parent stocks has an history, is a particular species that has a pedigree, that has an history that you need to know about. So you may ask for AM or AMO.
Okay.
You may ask for AM, either AMO or AMS. You may ask for AA and you may ask for AF. But predominantly in our environment here, grow AMO. And some of us are just trying AMS currently now because of its economic importance. So after doing that, get the parent stock, then you feed, you raise, they lay eggs for you, you hatch them. After hatch them, you have a multiple binary function like that, it multiplies. So when it multiplies, then you have a large farm, you expand, you sell, you expand, you sell, you restock.
Wow.
But you must have a particular parent stock to start up the farm.
Wow. That's a long process. My goodness. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. When I get to, because right now I'm not in my current location. Current location is not where I'm supposed to be. When I get to my base, I'll call you private talk. Maybe you send me or I'll come home and get that I want to start that business here in the USA. It's such an amazing thing listening to you, telling me how I thought you go to the farm, seriously, and start packing all the snail. My goodness, thank you so much. I just learned today. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Thank you so much. Very educating for me to learn from you today, because honestly, that was what I was thinking. Like, you go to the farm, the bush, and start picking them from the soil. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
You're welcome.
I just received a message from your viewers, those that you invited or those that we both invited, and they want to know if you train people. And you mentioned it when you were answering one of the questions. You mentioned it. Now, did you have a training center for this business? And if you do, how impactful is this, your business, in the community? Do you only train your community, or the whole Osun State, or the whole Nigeria, or whoever is interested, as long as you can find your way to Osun State?
Okay, now we just concluded a training session, which was like, it takes like a whole month. It was our own give back to the community, say CSR of our own company. We finished that on the 20th of February. We started on the 17th of January. It took a whole month. It was an online class. We called it AgroVest 2021. It was an online class, and it was totally free and absolutely free. Currently now, we're still having 50% discount on consultancy. Currently now, which we're charging 50% discount on consultancy for anybody that is coming on board that wants to learn. Now, we train anywhere. Once you're just ready to learn, you can put up to us, and we'll train you online. And once we train you online, after training you online, we get you involved. We can take you through a practical class. The practical class can also be online for so much you are not on ground, maybe you're outside the country. We have a lot of clients outside the country too. So we can train you online. You can have the video, we have the practical class online, and we can also have the practical class on ground, right in our farm. And we have a little training here at Osun State, Oshogbo, where we train people and a training center. We're always open. And it's our own way of giving back to the community. You know, I find it so comfortable, so relaxed to train people, to raise farmers. That's one of my goals in this 2021, to raise network of snail farmers and culturists in my perimeter, in my axis. Because if I do, it's a give back to me as a person. So I won't need to be calling somebody outside the state that, hello, I need can you supply me this because I'm having a particular market. Because sometimes you may be out of stock when you have huge demand. Like sometimes you need to supply about 15 tons of oven-dried snail to US. And sometimes you may not be able to get it. There was a time that I was supplying about 20,000 oven-dried snail, pieces of oven-dried snail, weekly. And I could not get it. So I have to be contacting some of my clients, some of my friends, please, network of friends. So if I have them around here, clusters together, then it's a huge one for us. And another thing is that the government should look into opportunities like this and keep our youths, our aged ones, and our people, keep them busy, get them off the streets to do something. And this will help and cut off the challenges of insecurity and challenges we are having here in Nigeria. I believe the government can look into this.
Yes, you're right. We've been saying that for decades, and I hope they just do something about it. But thank God we have someone like you who is adding values to our community right now, because what you are doing is amazing. You are developing and empowering other youth that's supposed to be on the street. You pick them from the street, because what you did, it's a great thing to develop others. Now, when you run out of the product, the stock, you have to call them and get it. That's what they said, that if you don't open these hands, nothing is coming in there. But sometimes we think that when we are doing things for people, we think we are helping people, helping others. And meanwhile, we are doing it for ourselves. Everything that we do for others, we're actually doing it for ourselves. That's what people don't understand. Let me quickly read to you the questions your viewers have been asking. This is Mr. Anthony Johnson. I think it's your invitee. Now, he said that, how do the insecticide affect the human health consumption? And he also asked, do you eat?
Hello?
You want to answer that, Nigeria? That's
I can't hear that. I can't hear that question.
I'm not sure. You have.
Hello?
It said that, do you still buy G in Nigeria?
Hello, please, I can't hear that question.
How the insecticide, you know what they mean by insecticide?
Okay, I'm with you. Well, we don't, for no reason, do we inject them with insecticide or spray insecticide on their farm. So it doesn't affect human health. Or the snails we produce are healthy for consumption. They pass through processes and they're healthy for consumption.
Okay.
This is what you need to do. Once you're about to set up, we use zero chemical. Everything we do, it's 100% natural. When you set up with your biosecurity, you only set up biosecurity by making sure that it doesn't have any room of penetration. So when we set up with some reagents to treat the soil, which is calcium and some other things that I may not want to disclose. So which doesn't affect the growth of the snail or affect anybody consuming the snail. I believe he gets that, but if he doesn't, I think he can connect with me online, and let's have some chats together.
Your network is, let's see if you can, your network. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly now. I'm very okay.
Go
I
ahead.
can hear you perfectly.
Go ahead. And Mrs. Titilade Ajayi wants to ask question, and is saying that, first of all, it said that his son enjoy your lecture, and he is saying thank you for that. And he also asked question if he can raise in a house. I don't know where he, okay, yes. He's joining from US, Mrs. Maybe Miss or Mrs. Titilade Ajayi. He's
okay,
joining us from US.
Let me answer that.
Yes, I want to know. Go ahead.
You can raise snail anywhere, anyhow, but you should make sure that you have a good relationship with your consultant, to listen to your consultant, to teach you how to do it. You can start small, but if you are consistent with it, you can never remain small.
Okay.
I hope you get that.
Yes.
So we've been able to develop the housing system into several layers of caging system, block cage system, wood cage system, metal cage system that accommodate you even in a foster environment where which maybe you're in an environment where which your landlord or your environment, they don't even, that we've been able to go in a technological way to accommodate everybody. So you can raise it anywhere,
from your
anyhow.
home. Okay. She also wants to know how much can someone set aside for training and starting in a little way.
Our training for now is quite little. You know, I tell people that your capacity and your facility will determine how far you can go in this business. I may not want to give a particular price online now. I would like them to connect with us, but your capacity and your facility, like how much are you willing to invest into, will determine how far you're able to go. And lest I forget before I leave, I would like to talk about this, that don't, because you've heard that, okay, snail business is lucrative, and is this, is that, and you just want to rush into it, and you think that if I invest in it today, maybe next week I will cash out. No. No, you need to understand the game of patience. I tell people, if you are very impatient in life, please don't go into snail business. You need to understand the game of patience. There are some times that you need to, it's a sacrifice moment, a sacrificial time that you need to sacrifice, and all you just need to do is just to be watching, to be feeding, and to be taking care, because they eat like humans too.
Wow.
They eat fruits, they eat good food. They like to be taken care of. We clean their house, we clean their premises, but it's not stressful like poultry. It's not stressful like fishery. It's not stressful like piggery or dog. So they eat, they like meat environment too. So once you can sacrifice those,
very sensitive.
Yeah, they are very sensitive.
Okay, good.
They are very
now,
sensitive.
wait, let me quickly tell you what your people are saying. I have a bunch of people saying that they enjoy you. You are their CEO, Mr. Olaolu, Miss Esther Kende, Jovic Ops Venture, Adeni Majasan, Jovic Ops Venture, Esther Kende, and Extra Manuel, and Bemisola Omisakin, Ellen Oti. I think they are all Thank you.
Thank you.
We have bunch of them. They are
Okay,
online
please,
with you. They are saying Well done,
Can I
CEO.
say
Well
something?
done, our boss.
Can I say something? Can I say something, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. I quickly want to talk about the nutritional benefits of snail.
Yes, that's where we are right now. We are on health and wellness, which happens to be my favorite part. It's my favorite section. I love it, and I can't do without adding that questions to my question for my guests. And in this section, we like to know if our guests really understand the importance of wellness and staying healthy. This is the reason why I had it to know if they actually understand what wellness it's all about, because many people think it's about food on our table, it's about eating healthy, it's about diseases, it's about this and that, but they have no understanding that it's more than that. But when it comes to nutrition part, we want to focus on what are you eating, because you are what you eat. So in this section, I'm going to begin by knowing the health benefits of your career and your product. And I'm sure you won't keep this business if health-wise not healthy for you, right? So let's start with what are the positive effects your career have on, health has on your health. That's what we want to know, the positive effect.
Okay.
When I say positive effect, I mean physically, mentally, and even socially. We want to know what positive effect does this career, Femi, has on your health. Go ahead.
Okay, I say this that I love what I do. I love. And without still being able to take my time to study extensive things. So most times when I go early to the farm to observe how they feed, how they eat, what they do, their feces, how neat they are, and everything. So it gives a thought and a balance in my life that there is a God on earth that supervises. Because in my life, there was a time in my life, I never believed that snail has teeth, they have tongue, that they also feed like human, they also drink water like human, that they mate. Do you understand? So with these things that I've seen, it gave me a nod that there's God that supervises the affairs of men. That one. Two, I always want to take my time to observe, to learn. So with that observation and everything, I can be able to, sometimes if I have a little challenge, I convert my fears, my worries to my time of observation. So which give me a total wellness and soundness, a sound mind, peace of mind. You see, this business is not like something like poultry that you can get to the farm tomorrow and have about 350 mortality, 700 mortality, and your BP will just jack up. Or maybe for fishery, when there's rain, heavy rain, you'll be scared that, okay, there will be an overflow. You know, this is quite different. So I'm so relaxed and happy with what I'm doing. Now, let me now talk about the nutritional benefits of this snail business. One, snail contains high level of protein.
That's correct.
And with what I have here, the component of snail is about 50% protein, 80% water, 2.4% of fat. So which means it's quite nutritive for anybody that is ready to burn off fat. And it contains high percentage of protein compared to your hide and skin, mama, that our people love to eat here.
That's
Give
right.
me tomato water. Convert that your tomato water. I'm sorry, speaking Yoruba. Convert that your tomato water. Convert it to tomato water, and you will see. Should I not talk? And I don't want to go deep about the nutritional benefits. I have a lot of things here. Low level of cholesterol, that also help you to control your the blood pressure and everything. It contains vitamin A, E, and K, and B12, and a lot of things. Do you know that there's the snail slime? We use snail slime to treat our skin, formation
Yes.
of skin.
Yes, I know that. Yes, I know that.
Technically, if you eat snail, you'll be looking fresh.
That's right.
So
that's right. Awesome. This is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on the program. And let's go to the final message. And this message is, we want to have your advice for other youth out there, those that are still waiting for people or individual or government to better their lives, to improve their life, to tell them what to do, to give them job. So we want to know what you have for them. Tell your viewers your advice. What advice do you have for your fellow youth who are still struggling with career choices?
Okay, let me say that there's nobody out there that will help you. First thing, you need to discover yourself. You should know what works for you and how you can start in your own little way. I tell people that nobody will support you to win, but they will support you for winning. Right now, people still don't believe in this dream of mine. But gradually, when they begin to see results, they will support you and they will believe. Start in your own little way. Don't wait for a fund from the government. I know back then, I started with just a wood cage in our little compound. To God be the glory today. We had our challenges, we had our fears, we had our falls. There was one of our friends that they packed out everything that we had. We got there, boggled, packed everything. And, we have to face it as our own challenge, as our own burden, and we have to move on. What doesn't kill you make you stronger? And that's why we're here today. Wow. So don't wait for the comments. Don't wait for anybody to help you. Don't wait for, there's a fund coming out there. So you need to help yourself.
Wow, that's awesome. I have online right now, they're sending messages appreciating you. Nimat Owolabi Yusuf, it says that Justsnails is nice. I guess he has tasted it, or one of your people. And also have like Colors Ventures is saying cheers to you. So I want to appreciate you for coming on the program. I want to thank you so much, Mr. Femi, and for coming on the program to liberate, inspire, and of course to empower us means so much to me, especially to the youth out there. Your viewers are appreciating you. I am appreciating you for the honor and love you gave us today to be on the program. You're such an amazing, inspiring, ambitious young guy who started earlier to beat this, what they call poverty. And I'm so happy for you. I want to congratulate you for that. And I want to say again for being an inspiration and role model to other youth out there. I pray for success in your endeavor, your long life for you to live and enjoy the fruit of your labor. And of course, peace and good health to enjoy life to the fullest. Thank you so much, my dear. For God bless you.
Thank you. I should thank you and appreciate you for giving me the privilege to be on here.
Thank you so much. And by God's grace, we will have you back on the program again very soon. Maybe that will be on the cooking parts, because that one very so that you can come and roast.
Yes, I would like to teach people. I would like to teach people how to make good recipe of snails too.
Wow.
I'd like to teach people about that.
Teach me first.
I know more about that.
Teach me first. I'll teach them.
How to process, how to export and everything.
No, if you teach me, they're going to remove my head, because every day they will be calling me, Betsy, come. And so, but trust me, you're a wonderful guy. You're a wonderful person. I can't do without you. Thank you so much for the respect. And I also want to use this opportunity to advise youth out there. I've been saying this multiple times on this program that Be useful for yourself. Discover your talent, your potential. It's sitting right there. There's no one created by God that has no potentials in him or her. Please sit down, look at your life, x-ray your life, and see that gift you have. Find your voice, find your talent, your gift. It's right there. No one is going to discover it for you. You are the right person to discover it. And I want to appreciate all the youth that join us today on this program. I want to appreciate you. And our guest is saying thank you as well for joining him, for supporting him. And I wish you all well. Now we're going to our nutrition section, but before then, let me say bye to our guests on the program. So, Mr. Femi, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Wow. I know you really enjoy this program, viewers, and that is all we can bring to today to your view on Interview with Experts. You've been watching live an amazing and ambitious young man whose passion is in snail farming business. Discover your own, and let's bring you on the program and feature your products and your gift. Mr. Femi Oludare is from Osun State, Nigeria. It's not from the US, not from other parts of the country, but from Nigeria precisely. And I'm sure someone is empowered and inspired today. Sure you are. So right now, let's take a break. And after the break, it's our, guess what? Our nutrition segment where we're going to be teaching ourselves some food to shrink fibroid today. So let's take a break. And after this break, we bring you nutrition segment.
Wow. This is all what we've been waiting for. There is this saying that you are what you eat. This is absolutely correct. See, eating right is when we get all the essential nutrients our body needs from the food we eat daily. And these are minerals, vitamins, fats, healthy carbs, proteins, and fiber. Question we should be asking ourselves is, have I been feeding my body with essential nutrients? Many people have been advised to stay away from certain food. Why? Because they are very high in carbohydrates. But the study shows that your body system needs carbohydrates, which we call energy food. What is important is to go for healthy carbohydrates. Now, you have just one food item that can supply your body system with all these nutrients. And this food is called turmeric gari, trademarked as gari didun. Turmeric gari, developed by Ajogbe groups and made from gari, turmeric, coconut, and lemongrass extract is the product of an effort to enrich the nutritional value of gari, and the nutrients you get from it includes healthy carbs, minerals, vitamins, fats, proteins, and fiber. So whether you are super healthy, have diabetes, high blood pressure, and other healthy related conditions, the nutrition advice is to go for turmeric gari. You can eat directly as snack, soak in water, or make and enjoy as swallow. Eba. I promise you, you will love turmeric gari. To have a sample, can reach out to Burge and Brewem Services, New York, United States at this phone number 34761-35485 for distributorship in the United States. Please contact Gito Terminal African Market at this phone number 929-283-2653. For Nigerian market, please contact Ajogbe Groups at 292 Muritala Mohammed Way, Alagomeji, Yaba, Lagos, or contact them on phone 070-5656-5659 or 081-337-2939. Turmeric gari, you will love it.
Wow, that's it. It's a good product. It's a good food. You can just go to the market or call one of the contact numbers or address. You'll get that turmeric gari. We had the CEO of the company, the chairman of the company, Ajogbe Group, on the program. He came to tell us the benefits of this turmeric Gary. So you can call any of the number to get your copy, your sample or whatever you want to do with it. So right now, welcome back to nutrition segment we've all been waiting for. In case you're just joining us, this is nutrition segment chart. You are what you eat on Healthy Living with Bofa TV. 2 weeks ago, we discussed fibrosis versus fibroids on both health and nutrition segment. And we also educated on fibrosis. Today, our discussion is on fibroids. Now, let's talk about natural way to shrink or to prevent fibroids. I want you to note this, and it's very important you take note of this, because I've received so many questions on this particular statement or information I'm about to give. Note that fibroids are non-cancerous growth of the uterus. The uterus, I'm talking now, let's get it right. When you hear the word fibroids, it's only grow in female. It grows in the female uterus. So the man can suffer for this. They can experience this health problem. It's only for women. That is first thing you know. And the second thing is it is not cancerous. It's not a cancer. That is just it. If it grows in you, no, it is not a cancer. And it also appeared during childbearing years. If you have been giving birth, if you have not been giving birth, definitely you can have fibroids. But if you have been giving birth, definitely it is possible you have fibroids. All right. So in one word, what I'm trying to say is it is never developed into cancer. That's it. And it's only developed in uterus, meaning that for woman, one of the woman organs in your womb, that's where you grow this. Either outside or inside, it will grow there. Now, before we talk about food that shrink fibroids, let me tell you food to avoid if you are at risk or you have fibroids. It is very important we talk about what to avoid than just telling you, eat this, eat that, eat this, eat that. That's what I'm going to do today. And this food I'm about to mention should be eliminated from your diet to help regulate estrogen levels in your body. If possible, any food that increases estrogen levels in your body should be avoided. And food like red meat, alcohol, animal fat, cheese, cream, butter, ice cream, and of course, chocolate. You want to avoid all this food. This food have all that raise level of estrogen. It also makes it more worse if you have it and you are eating all this food. So one thing you want to do is you want to make sure you trim the fats from turkey and chicken before cooking them. I don't eat any meat or fish with skin. I eat lean meat, be it chicken or fish, no skin. That's what I go for. Because every woman have uterus. And when you start having children, there is possibility that your fibroid grows because it's right there in you. How it grows depends on what you eat or whatever you put in that body of yours. So you want to make sure you trim your fat from your either skin, meat, beef, turkey, or even fish. The chicken before cooking them. Another thing you want to do is you want to get your whole milk instead of low-fat milk. Go for whole milk instead of low-fat milk. So just swipe low-fat milk to your whole milk. Also, if you are the one that loves so much, I mean, you love to take artificial sweetener, whether in your tea or you want to take pap, you want to put sugar, you want to put sweetener, please, artificial sweetener should also be eliminated. Always remember to read ingredients list on the food label before buying, or if you go to anybody's house, if you want to use their things, their food, their product, make sure you read the label on the food before you eat. It's very important. Soy products also have been shown to increase estrogen level, so cut this out as well. You also want to avoid storing food in plastic containers. The study showed that plastic can leach into that food you are holding in your hands that you're about to put into your system. So please avoid storing food in the plastic container. Get the glass one. The glass container is good for you to store your food. Please. I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm talking about, and this will definitely influence estrogen level in your body when consumed. So avoid that. Now let's talk about the food that can shrink that fibroid in you if the fibroid have already developed. So you want to do something by considering adding this food to your anti-estrogen diet plan. Again, if you are at risk or you have been confirmed that you have fibroid. So you want to go for cruciferous vegetables. Vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, kale, turnips, watercress, radish, and arugula. These choices of food are great choices for keeping your fibroid in place, not growing to be a very ethical, medical problem, health conditions for you. So you want to avoid overcooking this vegetable. You also want to help detox your system with all these vegetables. It's very important. The next thing I want to talk about is you want to make sure that you get the food that help detoxify your body. This I'm going to recommend food that detoxify your system. And these food are garlic, carrot, beet, and water. This food will help with detoxification. It will detoxify your system whenever you consume them. And once your system is cleansed, you don't have problem. You're good to go. So another thing you want to do, you want to go for the food that contain carotene. You want to add this food to your diet. Food like apricots, sweet potato, cantaloupe, pumpkin, and spinach, they are all sufficient sources of carotene. You want to eat food containing vitamin E, like almond, wheat, hazelnut, and cod liver oil. You also want to go for food that has natural anti-inflammatory food. This can also help as well. And these are pineapple or, rosemary. They help decrease inflammation. You also want to go for antioxidants called polyphenol. Polyphenol can be found from your green tea. This helps your system to counteract the effect of estrogen. Now, this is the big one I'm about to talk about, and it is very important you take note of this. You want to consider taking a multivitamin every day. Look for one that has 100% daily value for vitamins. Vitamin B1, we also call it thiamine. Thiamine, you see it written there, either thiamine or B1. It's the same thing. Don't get it wrong. Many people will see thiamine, they think it is not vitamin B they are looking for. It is. Again, vitamin B2, also we call it riboflavin. If you see it writing riboflavin, that is B2. You also want to go for B3, which we call niacin. It will be written there, niacin or B3. You also want to go for B6 and B12. All these vitamins are very essential for you. Even if you don't have fibroids, these are the vitamins we must take regularly. These days we have the public health threat called COVID-19. We've all been drinking, swallowing vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D, right or wrong. So we're used to that. Now, if you are confirmed or you want to prevent your fibroid from developing, you also want to add vitamin B1, B2, B3, B6, and B12 to your multivitamin every day. Because you've been taking vitamin C, vitamin D before. I'm not going to tell you to start taking that. I expected everyone that have been watching my program till now to have vitamin C, D, and E. And also you want to add your folic acid if you have fibroid. Folic acid, as well as a maximum of 15,000 IUs, international unit. That's what IU means. The 15,000 IU of beta carotene, which is known as vitamin A, very powerful for you if you have fibroid. I know we have all this and we've been taking them, some of this vitamin and minerals, especially this time we have crisis, but I'm pretty sure not all of you that know that these vitamins I just mentioned shrink and prevent fibroid. For this reason, if you're a woman and you've been giving birth, you want to start taking all these vitamins to prevent your fibroid from growing. And if your own has already grown, please, I beg you, take all these vitamins. It will shrink it. Another thing I want to tell you before I go is you want to eat food that is rich in vitamin D, calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. They're also good and very effective if you have any health condition. Trust me, not only fibroid. This mineral help prevent fibroid and also slow the growth. Please, let's do this and see how well we all live. We only advise. It's only God that heals. So this is all we can educate on healthy living with Bofa today. And I hope we inspire and educate someone today. And for this reason, I want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to educate, empower, and as well inspire you. If you find this program very useful and educative, please share it with others. with your contact, especially your network, who might be battling with this health problem. You never know. You might be saving somebody when you share it. Please continue to do your precaution. I mean, the face masking, the physical distancing, hand washing, and avoiding large gathering. Until next week, we meet again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stick to healthy living with BOFA. I'm your host again, Betsy Olayinka Folarin Akinlosotu, aka BOFA. I'll see you next week in good health. God bless you. God bless me. I love you all. Bye.